It was a cold Monday morning at the Jefferson County Courthouse. The lobby buzzed with attorneys, defendants, and clerks rushing to hearings. Amid the noise, a black woman in a modest navy coat and plain shoes walked quietly through the metal detector, clutching a briefcase. Her name was Dr. Cassandra Monroe, and though no one recognized her, she was the presiding judge for the morning's most anticipated case. But before she could even reach the courtroom, things took a shocking turn. As Cassandra made her way toward the elevator, two police officers stationed by the entrance exchanged glances. They had been told to keep an eye out for unauthorized individuals sneaking into restricted areas. Seeing her without the typical robe or ID badge visible, one officer stepped forward. "Ma'am, you can't go upstairs without clearance," he said firmly. Cassandra, calm and composed, replied, "I understand, officer, but I assure you, I belong here." She reached into her bag to retrieve her identification, but before she could, the other officer grabbed her arm. "Don't move, ma'am. We've had issues with imposters lately." The situation escalated within seconds. The woman everyone would soon call Judge Monroe was forcibly escorted outside the courthouse steps. Confusion filling the air, passers-by began recording on their phones, murmuring at the sight of two white officers dragging a well-dressed black woman who hadn't resisted at all. Cassandra remained poised, her voice steady. "Officers, I strongly suggest you check your roster before this goes any further." But her words went ignored. It wasn't until a senior bailiff hurried out, his face pale, shouting, "What on earth are you doing? That's Judge Monroe," that the world seemed to freeze. The officers' faces drained of color. They immediately released her, stumbling over apologies. "Ma'am, we didn't know, Your Honor. We thought." Cassandra adjusted her coat, looked them squarely in the eyes, and said softly, "That's exactly the problem." The crowd fell silent. Cameras continued to roll as she walked back inside, dignity untouched, and moments later, she appeared in her black robe at the bench. When court was called to order, she glanced toward the same officers, now seated awkwardly in the gallery, awaiting disciplinary review. Before proceeding with the case, Judge Monroe spoke firmly. "Justice begins with recognition not just of law, but of humanity." Her words echoed through the courtroom, and even beyond it, sparking national headlines and conversations about bias, respect, and perception. What began as an act of humiliation ended as a lesson in grace, power, and truth, taught by the very woman they had tried to remove from her own courtroom.